boys and girls. Today we're working on lesson 10.2 decimals, and we're working on the hundredths today. Now, if you haven't done so already, you might want to check out the math antics video that I posted on yesterday. Check that out again because it had some really great information that he explained in a lot more of a fun way than maybe I could, especially since we're so far apart right now. So today we're on lesson 10.2, decimals and our hundredths, which is page 284 in your book. So what we're going to work on first is last week, or with your packet this week, I gave you a place value chart to use. Make some copies of it or put it in a plastic sleeve so you could use it as a dry erase. And that's what I have here. And I just wanted to review real quick what we talked about yesterday in our tenths lesson, and how decimals and fractions are similar to each other. So here in our chart, I did 0.3, and then we look at the place value chart, and we know that it says tenths with a TH. So when we change that into a fraction, it should look like this, 3/10, because it's 10 smaller parts, just like a fraction. And then we have 7 tenths, 0.7. So it should look, I'll put it over here in this section, 7/10. And then here we have a whole number, so, and then the decimal point and then a tenths place. So we know that that's going to be a mixed number. So we're going to say 1 and 5/10, which we also know in simplest form could be 5 into 5 is 1, 10 into 5 is 2. So that could also be 1/2, simplest form. All right, so that's just a little bit of review. 1/10 is equal to 10 100ths, and a tenth of 10 100ths is 1 100th. Now, just again, another little review. We did this paper on yesterday where you had 2 sticks represent the tenths, but today you have a paper that you are going to be working on that is the hundredths. Now you'll see the sticks are still there, but the sticks are divided into smaller parts. Okay? So when we say we have one whole, where it's actually the whole thing here. It's actually the whole thing. Okay? So, and it says write the hundredths, so one whole is going to simply be 1. But then we look at number 2, 1/10 is just like we did yesterday, where it's going to be a whole stick. And 1/10 is going to look like that. And we look at number 3, 100ths. Well, when you look at your chart, you look here, and I'll erase this, and you'll see hundredth is over here. So you still use your decimal. You put in a 0, just like it says there. And your fraction is going to be 100ths. But instead of filling in a whole stick, you're filling in just one little cube. That's 1 part of 100th. Okay? And then you can continue working on these ones here, because I know that's part of your homework. So let us look at these 3 dimes that we have here on the board. And, well, actually, I don't have the boards. This is the 3 pennies. 0.03. Now we know that this is the pennies place, and there's 100 pennies in $1. So I have these 3 pennies. The fractional part should be 3/100. And if I subtract the 3 parts from 100, I'm going to get 97. And 3 cents from 100 is 97 cents. So if I were going to give you do a whole dollar, I take away 3 pennies, and I would have 97 hundredths left, 97 cents. 9/10 and 7 hundredths is what you would see. As we continue on in the book, I wanted to show some things that you could do in your lesson on page 285. And you are going to be working, write the letter of the correct decimal. Now what I would do is get out your place value chart, and you can write in some of these problems to help you decide where they are. We have 36 hundredths. Well, how would we write that? We would write 0.36 36 hundredths. So the last number that you hear, you're reading through 36 hundredths. So the answer for that one would be letter C. And then we look at number 2, and it says 27 hundredths. Well, if you write that on your chart, 27 hundredths, you will see it's 0.27, and 0.27 is letter B. So, guys, keep going with this. Use your chart to help you. And if you have any problems or questions, go ahead and get on Zoom in the afternoons, and I would be happy to help you more one-on-one. Have a great day. And again, if you haven't checked out Math Antics, please do, because I know that will give you a big help as well.